I used to think I had to please everyone, always say yes, always be available. But what no one told me is that constantly putting others first without boundaries comes at a cost. Not just your time, not just your peace, but sometimes your health. And at 70, I finally learned that saying no can be the most powerful act of self-care. 1. The life of a yes person. My name is Dorothy, and I've spent most of my life being the dependable one, the one who never wanted to rock the boat. The one who always said, "Sure, I can do that. No problem. Don't worry, I'll handle it." I didn't mind really, at least not at first. Saying yes made me feel needed. It made me feel useful, and let's be honest, it gave me a sense of identity. Dorothy's always there. She never says no. But over time, that invisible badge of honor became a weight I couldn't carry anymore. The signs I ignored around my mid-60s, I started to notice things. I felt exhausted after every family gathering. I'd agree to things and then resent them silently. I was constantly anxious about everyone else's needs. I never said anything, of course, because I thought that was just love. That was just being good. But inside I was drained, mentally foggy, easily irritated. My sleep was terrible and my blood pressure had crept up. My doctor once asked me, "Are you under stress?" I smiled and said no, because even then I didn't want to burden anyone. 3. The moment everything shifted. It wasn't some huge breakdown. It wasn't a dramatic scene. It was one quiet Sunday afternoon. My niece called and asked if I could watch her kids for the third time that week. I looked at my calendar, 3 medical appointments, a church event, and a grocery run I'd already pushed off twice. But my mouth opened and out came, "Of course, sweetheart, bring them over." I hung up and sat at my kitchen table in silence. My hands were shaking, and then I cried. Not because I didn't love those kids, but because I didn't love how I kept abandoning myself. Learning to say no. The next day, I wrote something on a sticky note and put it on my bathroom mirror. Saying no to others means saying yes to yourself. At first, I practiced with small things. "I'm sorry I can't do that today. Let me think about it and get back to you. I'm not available this weekend." It felt so strange, like I was being selfish. But then something miraculous happened. No one got mad. Some people were surprised, but they understood, and the world kept turning. More importantly, I felt lighter. 5. How my health improved. As I learned to set boundaries, I noticed big changes in my health. Mental clarity, I had more focus, fewer headaches, less irritability. Better sleep, I wasn't lying awake replaying conversations or to-do lists in my head. Lower blood pressure. At my next checkup, my doctor raised her eyebrows and said, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." More honest relationships. People started respecting me more, not less, because I was finally being honest about what I could handle. 6. a new kind of strength. At 70, I've discovered a kind of strength I never had at 40 or even 60. Not physical strength, emotional strength. The strength to speak my truth, even if it disappoints someone. The strength to say no and not feel guilty. I don't offer explanations or over-apologize. I say it kindly, I say it clearly, and I move on. That doesn't mean I've stopped caring. I just care for myself too, finally. 7. A message for you. If you're like I was, always giving, always saying yes, I want you to ask yourself, what am I saying no to every time I say yes to someone else? Because sometimes you're saying no to your rest, your health, your joy, your peace. We only get so much energy each day. You have to choose how to spend it and on whom. Saying no isn't a rejection, it's a redirection back to what matters most. So if you're watching this and thinking, that's me, I say yes too much. Start small, practice with love. Say no with kindness and say yes to yourself in the process. You'll be amazed how your body responds, how your mind settles, and how your spirit feels safe again. Leave me a comment below. Have you ever struggled to say no? Subscribe to Golden Life USA for more honest stories about emotional health, aging well, and reclaiming peace after 60. Because aging isn't about fading into the background. It's about stepping forward with clarity and living the rest of your life on your own terms.